Coming up, we'll be on location at Warrenton Wellness in Warrenton, Virginia, discussing the benefits of narrowband ultraviolet B light in a Blu Room and how it can provide deep relaxation benefits along with improving your overall health and wellness with one of this region's top wellness experts, Sarah Shores, the owner of Warrenton Wellness. Welcome, Sarah. It's a pleasure having you on with us today.
Thank you, Rocco.
It's your first time, in fact, on our program. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to hear from some of your clients a bit later, but I wanted to begin, if I may, Sarah, by having you tell us about the Blu Room here at Warrenton Wellness, because you are the only wellness spa on the entire East Coast that has the Blu Room, that offers it to the folks out in the community, and it's certainly has so many health and wellness benefits that are applicable to the Blu Room that we've heard so much about, and that's why we wanted to have you on. And I wanted to have you please tell us about that.
Thank you, Rocco. I'd love to talk about the Blu Room. Well, to begin with, the Blu Room is a patented technology that incorporates the use of narrowband ultraviolet B light in music to create a unique atmosphere. Okay. And a point of clarification, a tanning bed is ultraviolet A light, and this is ultraviolet B. So they're not the same. I get that question a lot.
Okay.
And you've seen the Blu Room. It's pretty much nothing like that anywhere else. It's a unique creation. It's with its polished stainless steel walls and ceiling and floor, and then the soft blue lighting. It is very unique, but it's that combination of light, music, and the geometry of the room that creates this wonderfully relaxing atmosphere.
Absolutely. It seems from when I saw it, futuristic, wellness, totally relaxation type of modality here that you offer, something that the likes that I've never seen. And I've done 18 years of interviews with thousands of wonderful folks around the region. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, you are the only wellness spa on the entire East Coast that offers the Blu Room. And basically, folks out there need to come here to get the benefits of it. But to learn more about the benefits of it, I wanted to ask you if you can please tell us how it works. What are some of the benefits of the Blu Room?
Yes. Well, really, anybody can benefit from the Blu Room. Anybody who wants to have a calmer, peaceful approach in life. But really, there isn't a health problem out there that wouldn't benefit from a calmer, more peaceful mind. Yeah. And, from a personal perspective, I know that it has changed me and certainly made me a much more peaceful person than I used to be.
Yes, and with so many folks out there, as we all know, Sarah, dealing with all the additional stress and anxiety and everything else that people deal with in life and all the issues that we all internalize and have to compartmentalize the best we can to get through what we want to do in life. From what I understand, it really is second to none, the Blu Room, when it comes to having us feel like it's our haven. It's really like a sanctuary. And again, we're going to show it in a few moments, but I wanted you to talk a little bit more about not only the health benefits, but the wellness benefits, the peace of mind, the mindfulness benefits that comes with the Blu Room as well.
Well, some people report, the clients they report, everything varies depending on your personal experience and what you bring to the Blu Room. But some report, conscious shifting experience. Some report the deep calm. Others report it just gives them a respite from their day and they get recharged. It kind of varies. It's the whole spectrum. and it really depends on what you're like that day or what you come to the Blu Room with as far as your experiences. And so it's as individual as we are, but in general, people report that they have had wonderful relaxation as a result.
Yes, indeed. And you touched on very briefly a couple of moments ago that it also has a wide range of health benefits. Really, again, it depends on each person.
Right.
Everyone's different, and how they gain from it when they come here. But I would definitely imagine it has many benefits in that area as well as the wellness.
Some clients have reported, the calmness and the peace, but they've also reported some pain relief. And I know personally, I have, when I first visited my first Blu Room on the West Coast 4 or 5 years ago, when they first came out, I had had Lyme disease for 10 years at that point, and I was in pain, and I experienced immediate pain relief in my first session. Most people may not experience that. I don't know. It's all individual. Sure. But that was my experience, and to this day, I'm pain-free.
That's certainly wonderful to hear. So you experienced the many benefits of the Blu Room
Right.
firsthand before you obviously have it now here at Warrenton Wellness.
Right.
Now, who would you say, as far as the folks out there watching, that would be a good candidate for the Blu Room? And I would imagine, if I may say this prior to your answer, that I would think pretty much everyone would benefit from it. Yes. But I wanted to ask the expert.
Yes, really anybody who just want to experience the calmness and maybe get some stress relief. But like I said earlier, there isn't a health issue out there that would not benefit from a calmer state of mind. Yeah. And so really anybody can experience the Blu Room, and there's no age limit. Okay. And you can be as young as 12 if you'd like, even younger if you like, although you probably would go in with your parent or guardian at that point. It's really all about if you want to be there.
Yes, indeed. Now, I wanted to also ask you, Sarah, for the folks watching, if you could be kind enough, please, just to kind of describe the process that a client will go through when they undergo a session in the Blu Room.
Well, it's really actually quite simple. Once you get here, we ask you to wear comfortable clothes, something you can relax in. That's really important. And once you get here, you have an opportunity to kind of just let's go over a little bit of why you're here and just relax. Try to take your breath a little bit, because sometimes traffic becomes an issue in this area.
Of course, throughout the DMV region, you're right.
So the only thing you have to do is take your shoes off and any metal. So we ask you to take the metal off just to make you more comfortable, okay. And the shoes come off just to not scratch the stainless steel, but also again to make you more comfortable. So then we get you into the Blu Room, and you lay down on the bed. It's very much like a massage table size, and get you comfortable with whatever pillows you need to be comfortable. And then we adjust the volume of the 111 hertz that is playing. That is one type of music that's playing. The other type is other music that comes in that is also a healing frequency. And then really after that, it's away we go.
That's it.
And that's it. And that's the door closes and it's your session.
Then you're striving to reach your nirvana at that point,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Now, how long does a session typically take? Is there an approximate range,
yes.
Or does it depend on each particular client? If you could elaborate, please.
Sure. It's each session is 20 minutes long.
Okay. And
what's different about the session is the length of time that the ultraviolet B lights are on. So your first 3 sessions, the UVB lights will be on 3 minutes of the 20 minutes. Okay. And then you build up to your next 3 sessions the lights would be on for 6 minutes of your 20 minutes. And then your next sessions, they would build up to 9 minutes. And that's the maximum that we have the lights on.
And is there a particular number of sessions that you typically recommend, or does that also depend on each client and what they're looking to gain from the Blu Room?
Yeah, that's really an individual client thing. But if you're really trying to personalize, so you have some goals you want to try to attain, people have been finding results about twice a week. But people also have found value in once a week. So generally what I've seen is they start out with a little more frequency, and then they have more of a once a week attendance.
Okay, it's certainly good to know. Now, what type of results, Sarah, are your clients seeing from the Blu Room?
Well, it's interesting. Again, it's the whole spectrum of experience, from I feel relaxed to my perspective is all changed, to I feel refreshed, to I've had some pain relief. Like some of the people have said before, that each session is different, and so when you're seeing and you're talking to an individual, what they say this week, the experience might be different next week, but it's all wonderful, positive stuff. But in general, most of them have reported this calmness and peacefulness, and some have reported the pain relief as well.
Wonderful, because those are the types of things I could imagine people would be looking to have accomplished by coming here to the Blu Room. Again, some people are looking for the same type of things, others different things, right? And it really depends on each individual. That's why the range of experience, as you touched on, would vary depending on each particular person.
Right.
Now, speaking of results, we're now going to hear from a couple of clients of Warrenton Wellness. Welcome, Stephanie. It's a pleasure having you on our program.
Very nice to be here today, Rocca.
Oh, we always appreciate it when folks take time in their busy lives to come down and share some of their experiences with us. And on that note, I'd like to begin, if I may, Stephanie, by having you please tell us what brought you to Warrenton Wellness.
Well, in a nutshell, a few years ago, when I was diagnosed with a heart arrhythmia, my cardiologist suggested I practice meditation. I had actually been doing a form of meditation for a number of years, but I found I was under a great deal of stress when my husband became ill and died, and that stress was not allowing me to get into the deep focused state I needed for the meditation that would help the heart arrhythmia.
Okay.
So I came to the Warrenton Wellness basically to help relieve the stress and be able to get into a deep, focused, meditative state.
And how has that been for you since you came here?
Almost from the very first visit, I was able to get into the states of relaxation that I had always been able to achieve before. It got me almost completely over that vicious circle, that feedback loop, where you're stressed, you're anxious, and that just increases the tension that doesn't help the body to relax and medication take its effect.
Yes,
So
indeed.
it was a godsend.
I'm so happy to hear that, Stephanie. And it certainly sounds like you're very happy with the results.
I am really happy with the results, more so than I could have anticipated.
And can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Every Blu Room session is a little bit different, I find, depending on the state you're in when you come into it. But always I leave feeling much more relaxed, but also energized at the same time. It sounds like a dichotomy, but it's not. And it helps you achieve a more relaxed state of the mind. If you do meditation at all, you're familiar with going into the alpha states and the theta states, and you're there almost immediately when you go into the Blu Room. You don't have to struggle to get there at all.
So it's pretty much immediate, as you just said.
For me, it has been pretty much immediate, and it has long-lasting effects. During the year of terrible stress I was under, I wasn't sleeping well at all, and now I'm sleeping beautifully all the time.
That is wonderful.
And I'm feeling better physically than I've felt in years, truthfully.
I also wanted to ask you, Stephanie, what your experience has been like with Sarah and Mark and the folks here at Warrenton Wellness.
Well, I have known Sarah for a number of years, but this is the first time that I had known her in her professional capacity as the owner of the Blu Room. And I find that she has a genuine desire that everyone who comes here has a beautiful experience, very positive, very helpful to them, whatever they're going through at the time. And she really cares about her clients and wants to make sure that it's the optimum experience, that they can take away what they needed on that particular day.
Yes, indeed. And before we let you go, Stephanie, I just wanted to ask you, for all the folks out there watching, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, I highly recommend anyone who can come to the Blu Room should. You won't be disappointed. I come at least twice a week. I came more often in the early stages when she was first open. And I find, for me, I always get something out of it. I've had friends I've recommended it to who've come and they're fully satisfied, and they will continue to keep coming. It's well worth a trip from wherever to come and experience the Blu Room.
Well, that says it all. And on that note, Stephanie, I'd like to thank you for joining us, being a guest on our program, and sharing some of your experiences. It was a pleasure having you on, young lady.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Carl. It's a pleasure having you on with us today as well.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Rocco.
Wanted to begin by asking you, Carl, if you could please be kind enough to tell us what also brought you here to Warrenton Wellness.
I'm a healer anyway. I'm a Reiki practitioner, a CCAM master.
Oh, that's the energy healing.
So
yeah.
yes, so anything that's alternative and complementary medicine, I'm into it.
Okay.
I was just driving by one day and I saw the signs that said light therapy. And I came in, and at the time, Mark and Sarah was still working on the Blu Room. But as soon as they were up and running, I tried it out.
Okay. So then you came when it was up and running, right? After they had opened. And what was your experience like with the Blu Room?
I think it's great. I meditate myself regularly, but the beauty of the Blu Room is you can go in there and it's like instant meditation and deep meditation. And that could be maybe because I meditate regularly, but still to just go in there, lay down, listen to the music, see the lights, you just go to another world.
Yeah, I certainly, from looking at it and going into it, I can certainly understand how one would get that experience. And so how often did you initially come to the Blu Room, Carl?
I try to do now at least once a week, but I started doing twice a week usually.
Okay. And then after a little while, then you started going to once a week.
Yes.
And if I may ask, how long was your session?
The sessions are 20 minutes.
Okay.
The light varies. They start you with 3 minutes in the beginning and it works up till 9 minutes.
Okay.
But the session is actually 20.
And you get to listen to music and just totally relax and get away from everything for that time.
Exactly.
And as far as the results, can you please tell us what type of results you've experienced from the Blu Room?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's just a great stress reliever. And we know scientifically that stress can cause disease and affect the body. So just that part of it right there is very amazing.
Yes, indeed. And before we let you go, I wanted to ask you if you could also tell us about what your experience has been like with the folks here at Warrenton Wellness.
As I said, when I first came here, Mark and Sarah were still building the Blu Room. So I got to talk to them a little bit then. They were just so friendly and open. And it's still the same way. I come here, I feel like I'm family.
Well, that says it all as well, by the way. You totally relax. You've had great results. And they treat everyone like family from what we've heard as well. And certainly you're no exception to that. And on that note, I'd like to thank you, Carl, for joining us as well and being a guest on our program. It was wonderful having you on.
Thanks for having me, Rocco.
Thank you. I must say, Sarah, both Stephanie and Carl are very happy with the results. Some great work indeed that you all are offering here to so many around the region.
Thank you.
As we just heard from one of your clients, people can literally start feeling the results of the Blu Room right away.
Yes, that's true. You can have immediate results. And some take several sessions to really feel results. It all depends on the individual and their health issue.
Are the results permanent, or do you really recommend folks continuing to come back, even if it's down to once a week?
Well, that varies. For me, my results were permanent, and I didn't have to keep coming back. But everybody is different and everybody's unique. I come back now just for the calmness and the peace of mind and the relaxation that I get out of it to help me handle with stress. So the stress hasn't gone away, so that's why I keep coming back.
Absolutely, and I can certainly see why one would want to keep coming back.
Right.
Because even if we start feeling better shortly after we start the Blu Room
Right.
sessions, I can certainly see why one would want to, even if it's not twice a week anymore, even if it's
Right.
once a week, just to come back and keep us in that same space that we want to be in as far as a person, right? As a whole.
Right. Right.
Sarah, we're literally out of time, but I wanted to ask you before I let you go, because you and Warrenton Wellness have certainly established a reputation for excellence. You've helped so many people throughout this region. And I just wanted to ask you what you feel really helps separate you all apart from many of the other wellness centers and spas around the DMV.
Well, thank you, Rocco. I think there's two things that probably separate us. When you think of spa or wellness, you think of things like maybe for a spa, facials, manicures, things that treat the body.
Yeah.
Same thing with wellness. You think of fitness, weight loss, etc. Things that treat the body. The difference here with Warrenton Wellness and the Blu Room is that we treat the mind and the spirit. We specifically, that's our focus.
Yeah.
So the unique part about this wellness technology is not only is it timely, but it's obviously the only one on the East Coast, like you previously said. And when I say timely, within the last few weeks, there have been several studies that have come out that if you're low in vitamin D, you're at much greater risk for contracting COVID-19. And the interesting thing with these ultraviolet B lights, it stimulates your own production of vitamin D. So for the 3 minutes that the lights are on in your very first session, you will get 10,000 units of vitamin D. And so it will help you all year long when the sun's not out as much in the wintertime to make sure your vitamin D levels stay up normal where they should be.
Yeah.
Versus dropping down to low levels, because when you have low vitamin D, they have even said, depending on where it is, your risk for getting COVID-19 can be upwards of 12 times higher. So the timeliness of having a Blu Room and its vitamin D benefits is significant, I think. And so it's really between that, treating the mind, and the fact that we're a unique technology that is very timely. I think that's what sets us apart.
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest reasons we wanted to be here to film this interview today with you, Sarah, to really educate the folks throughout this region on all the many benefits in improving and helping us as far as a whole, mind, body, and soul, right? And all that you offer here through the Blu Room. And as you just touched on as well, there, especially with COVID-19 and the pandemic that unfortunately has turned this world of ours upside down for some time. And I can just tell you right now, we really are so happy we had you on. You guys are going to help a lot of people. You already are helping a lot of people, but we are excited about being the first to feature the Blu Room on our program throughout this region. And on that note, I'd like to thank you, Sarah, for joining us and being a guest on our program, educating us, enlightening us on the Blu Room and all the many benefits that it offers. And thank you again for being on our program. We'd love to have you back on in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.